Hey guys, want to do an update on my 76 Cheyenne C10. I got a lot of plans for it right now. I'm trying to make it to LS Fest in Texas in May. So I've been going over the truck, trying to work out any kinks and things like that. So I actually have a few questions I'm going to ask in here, maybe get some feedback on one strange issue I have, and go over the changes I'm making for this trip. All right, first off, the rear end. So I'm going to do 308 gears in it with a posi. So I got that kit. That's going to go to my best buddy Shay. He's going to replace the gears and of course put the posi unit in it. So that's happening pretty quick. I just got to remove the rear end and bring the rear end to him so it's easier. One thing we've done, we've cleaned up the paint a bit. Still got a long ways to go. You can actually see some reflection in this fender versus these right here. We have not buffed it, but this paint's starting to really come alive. And I have not seen this color combination out there on the internet. I've just kind of been browsing for the Cheyenne color combos and actually trying to see someone else's vehicle and have not found anything. So this is I think a desert tan color. So pretty neat. It's grown on me through the time I've had it, and now I really like it. Super cool. One of the issues I'm trying to resolve, I'm super confused on, are the wheels. These are the American racing wheels. I forget what they're called, but it doesn't make sense. There's at least a 2-inch spacer that kicks that wheel out. That's never good to have a spacer on your front. It's not good to really have spacers at all if possible. But the rears have the spacers too. And usually wheels like this, they only come in one back spacing. It's not like you can choose your options. So I don't know what to do here. So I like the wheels. I don't like the spacer. So if anyone has any feedback on it, the bolt patterns are 5x5 and I think 6x6. It has 2 different bolt patterns in there. So not sure at all what's going on there. That definitely needs to be fixed. But if I remove the spacer, man, it's going to suck that wheel so far inboard. It's going to look real goofy. We're going to go to the inside of the vehicle. So I installed the Vintage Air, I think it's a Compact 2 system while I'm finishing up on it. I got the major things installed. I did that to save a few dollars. Vintage Air is very, very expensive right now. So you're talking $1,500 to $1,800. I got this whole kit for $550 from Summit. So I have generic controls there. Working that out. But actually I like it better than the factory controls on how they work. I think it's kind of neat. I got a factory radio in there. All this has already been done, but it has a new dash pad. The seat came this way, redone when I got it, and kind of reupholstered a few things. Got some new mat pockets there. We got the headliner. We had to remove the whole headliner and re-glue the dang thing because the company I took it to glue in the vinyl, it all came down. So make sure they use good glue. And I asked them, they said they would be fine, but it was not the good glue that I've seen the other upholstery shops use. So hopefully it holds. I don't like taking things apart too many times. All right. Oh, it has holes in the doors. That sucks. But I got some speakers I'm just going to throw in there. For now, that'll make it look a little better. So that's going to happen. And then I'm doing maybe a hidden audio system because I don't know if it's the radio, but it's kind of staticky. I can't ever get the station to seem like it wants to lock on, so it doesn't sound that good. All right, next let's look at the engine. Oh, before we do that, I got a new grill from LMC, so that looks pretty cool. All right, the heart of the beast right here. Now that's really a beast. I mean, it's a 5.3, but it's a cammed 5.3. But this engine is for sale. So the reason I'm selling it is I don't want a cammed motor. I want a stock motor. I just find a cam motor not the best decision if you're driving something a lot. And I just want to drive this, do errands with it, things like that. So this motor's coming out, and I got another engine in there. This is a stock 5.3, throwing in there. Stock 5.3 is actually a really good power. My 68 Firebird completely was really fast, and even a 5.3 to a 6.2 is not a massive jump in what we're feeling performance-wise, which is very odd because you have about 70 horsepower difference. But these motors just run really good, and they pull effortlessly on these heavier vehicles. Another thing I'm going to change in here, I tried designing some mounts, and they use hydraulic bushings, like an Escalade. These are out of an older Cadillac, I think. Problem is these are hydraulically filled, and over time they change. They start slowly collapsing, and then that throws everything off. So on this side of the engine, my manifold's collapsed. My exhaust manifold is hitting the frame. I've already tried clearing, do a little bit of clearancing on it. Well, it's not going to make any difference. This bushing is going to continue to slowly fail. So we're just going to use standard mounts that came in these trucks with ICT, LT to small block Chevy adapter plates. Just going to do it that way. So we've had very good luck with it, and that'll fix that problem. Next, we got a big hole here. My brother, who owns Veneta Fabrications, he makes all of the panels for this firewall stuff, and we're going to put a panel on there to fix that. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do this side. I'm going to talk to him about that because I want his help to do that. I'm not a fabricator, so we'll talk about that. I think that looked pretty cool. The other problem is I was thinking about lowering this truck more. The issue is your wheel wells. So when I got this the first time, man, you only have a couple inches before that tire slams into your inner wheel well. And I couldn't even drive it down the highway. It'd just be smoke in the tires at the slightest bump. So I had to put stock springs in it with, what do you call that? The spindles, the drop spindles. And then I had to take the axle and flip it back to factory, and then just drop it like 3 inches with shackles, I think's what I did, to make it drivable. And in this way, I've never had anything rub. But man, there's so much clearance underneath the truck, it would be cool to lower it down. But to do that causes a lot of work. And then the flip kit's not good because it lowers it too much in the rear. So my opinion, the best way to do it is to get drop leaf springs, drop your front leaf spring mounts, and you usually can keep your stock shackle, and that keeps all your geometry really nice, and it will ride really nice. So that's been my experience. So I think we're going to work on that. When we do the engine swap, 5.3 for 5.3, this whole front clip will come off. So a guy here, he's going to try to pull this dent out the best he can. That's like the only damage on this truck. So I would love to get that looking 90% better, because this is a driver. This is a truck I want it to look nice and drive all the time, but there's no reason to paint it. Just, I want to leave it alone. If it gets scratched or something like that, it's not a big deal. Just drive the crap out of it. It's a super pretty truck, and it's got a lot of cool things happening with it. It's got the PWM fan kit with the shroud that bolts to your factory radiator. This is out of like a mid-80s radiator. It's a stock replacement from Rock Auto. About 180 bucks is what the radiator cost. And that, look how much space you have. You got miles of room from that intake to that fan. So that's really nice. You don't need huge radiators. You don't need a 454 radiator. Just get a 2-core radiator. For one, it's super long. You won't have any heating issues. The fan hardly runs as it is. I've ran it without the fan working, just driving around for long periods of time. It will self-cool. It's just if you get stuck in traffic, that's where the problem is. I'm just letting you guys know it. You do not need huge radiators. Just get a normal radiator and you'll be good to go. It's got my accessory drive on it, so that's been working out nice. That'll stay. The exhaust manifolds, we'll see. I might get cast iron manifolds. I think Hector sells them or makes them. We've used them in some square bodies. They fit pretty nice. Everything drops out the back. because I want this thing just to have a nice tone to it. But this it is loud. Sounds cool, but it drives me crazy. But that's my plan. Again, I'm trying to make it to LS Fest in Texas in May, and also take it to some other shows in most likely Texas with my brother. And this time I want to be able to bring my own vehicle. The last 3 or 4 shows with my brother, I am just riding shotgun with him, with his vehicle. So I want to be able to bring my own stuff, show off the harness and the technology of these Gen 5s and what makes them so cool. So thanks again for watching, and again, if anyone knows a fix on the wheels, let me know. I know most likely it is to buy new wheels, which I could do, but I'd rather do it, well, I can only buy the fronts. Just want to make sure I get the right setup. I don't know why these wheels are so far off. Alright guys, thanks again. Bye.